On one occasion, the Buddha was wandering round the Magadhans with his disciples. That was sowing time, and 500 ploughs of Brahmin Kasipadravaja were yoked. The Buddha went to the fields where Kasipadravaja was working and stood aside. By then, Kasipadravaja was distributing food. He saw the Buddha standing for alms and said, "Sramana, I plow and sow. By having plowed and sown, I will have food. You, Sramana, should plow and sow too. By having plowed and sown, you will have food." The Buddha said, "I plow and sow too, Brahman. By having plowed and sown, I will have food." Kasipadravaja said, "We don't see the Master Gotama's yoke and plow, plowshare, goad, or oxen." The Buddha said, "Conviction is seed, austerity is rain, wisdom is my yoke and plow, modesty is my pole, thought is my yoke tie, mindfulness is my plowshare and goad." Restrained in behaviors, guarded in speech, moderate in diet, I make honesty a wedding hook, and my composure my detachment. Diligence, my ox of bearing detachment, takes me forwards without running back to where no grief would be found after having arrived. That is how I plow, by which there would be the fruits of eternity. People who plow in such way would get rid of all sufferings. Thereupon, Kasipadravaja did not only offer alms, but also be ordained in the presence of the Buddha to be another Arhant later. Through strict observance of precepts and satisfaction with few possessions, monastic monks rescue living beings from the ocean of suffering and spread compassion and peace. Ordinary people plow and sow the tangible land. It is easy to plow the tangible field, but difficult to cultivate the intangible mind. Monks cultivate the intangible land of mindfulness and harvest the pure fruits of body. There are several main sources of monks' diet. 1. Dining by invitation. Donors prepare diet at home to invite monks for dining. 2. Dining by delivery. Donors cook food and deliver to the monastery as an offering. 3. Dining in the monastery. Monks have the food offered by lay people in the monastery. If dining in the monastery, people should follow the others and obey the communal life. Monks should always abide by the dharma of keep asking for alms, even dine in the monastery, such as only one meal per day, only dine with an alms bowl, dine within one sitting only, dine without differentiation, and dine in sequence, etc. 4. Dining by asking for alms. Among the 4 sources of diet, asking for alms is the most meritorious. When entering a village or town for alms, monks should always restrain the 6 senses and do not attach them to form, sound, smell, taste, touch, and thought. Don't distinguish between male and female. Stay calm in mind, no matter getting alms or not. When failed to get alms, monks should contemplate that even the Buddha cannot get any alms sometimes, let alone us who are not so blessed. Asking for alms could eradicate a variety of afflictions and causes of outflows. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha said, Those who praise the mendicant monks actually praise me, since I always praise the mendicant monks. Those who slander the mendicant monks actually slander me. Monks live on Alms round and cut off all causes of surviving in the world and have their mind detached from the world. Guide for Dutanga, written by the Venerable Master Miao Xiang for his disciples. Notes on asking for alms. Timing. Alms round requires only 1 meal per day before midday, and not to enter a village after the midday without any particular reason. Monks must not wear any ornaments, and watch has to be placed in a pocket. Asking for alms after 9 a.m. it may cause greed if it is too early. It is also inappropriate if it is too late, since there might not be food, and it is also easy to exceed the time of dining. Alms offered before midday is acceptable. Any food offered after midday is not acceptable, but plain water. Deportment. Bhikkhu should wear the main robe when asking for alms, presenting the image of a blessed field monk, which has tremendous benefits. Sramanera, without fully ordination, may wear the robe of repentance. Head should not be covered when asking for alms. During the alms round, walking slowly, deportment should be fully presented, with alms bowl and pewter staff well arranged. Approaching the gate. If the front gate is open and there is no gate outside, enter slowly into the courtyard while reciting the name of the Buddha Amitabha. Don't enter the inner courtyard and rooms due to reasons of privacy and other inconveniences. There are also rules for knocking at the door. 3 times first, then 5, then 7 times. When holding a staff in hand, monks can shake it to let others know. 3, 5, and 7 times, reciting Amitabha at the same time. If nobody answers, leave immediately. Do not keep knocking nor shake the staff continuously. Speech. Unifying the speech during the alms round like or clarifying in this way. If not be understood, a further explanation may apply that the food must be vegan without any lard. Should a question be asked, explain briefly. Do not assume a cold air or demand donors to offer. Whether householders offer or not, the joy of Dharma should always be arised. The process of asking for alms itself is an edification for living beings. Regardless the quality of the food, the age of the donor, chanting transference of merit right afterwards.
可以，麻烦你把这种放成分成3份，好不好？
分成3份。
哎，3个人。
这钱。
咱不准摸钱，
不要钱，
不钱不要钱。
不要钱。好。好，哎好，到给他放着，哎给他，塑袋给他都行。
Making transference of merit by chanting the Buddha's name, say, "May good luck be with you," or say,
所谓不是者，必乎其利，诺闻的故事，后必得安乐。阿弥陀佛。
给他俩。阿弥陀佛。好，阿弥陀佛。
Do not say thank you or show gratitude. Do not tell a particular food. If the householder has no intention to offer, then leave immediately. However, if the donor has intention to offer, then give some hint.
阿弥陀佛，我们是过路的出家人，路过这里想吃点食物，吃点能吃的东西，水果也可以。
水果。
这是今天早上做的呢。那整那里头那。
刚才那家老太太布施的。
这咋吃啊？这怎么着？
我们
啊？
一起过来10多个人，一起回去吃。
来。哦，这都是啊。啊？我说这都是啊。
他们是居士。
还成了吗？
给我起立，若为老狗时后被得安了。
听不懂，给你回向。
吉祥如意，保证快到。
第一次啊？
第一次。
你是这个村民的老住户吗？
我这
老住户啊。
老住户。
今天就是你施舍这一盆米饭，你现在心里什么滋味？
那没啥滋味，那就是他要，反正咋就给他，他就吃呗，反正是吧？让他有感哈，要现做还不撵他。
Offering the triple gems can attain the good fortune of the secular world, and even be the cause of renouncing household life for the enlightenment.
出家人搁这过，别下来了，别下来了，别下来。哎，我过去说
89了。
89了啊，我知道啊。要点吃的有没有？
有吃的安不了。
啊，吃的。
吃的东西。
馒头。
对对对。
啊，
对。
哪儿的？
辽宁的。
哪儿的？
辽宁海城。好，我过来，哎，过来，哎。哎，给我这放一个啊。
我装一个了。
哎，一人一个，一人
一个，一人一个。
啊，对，哎，行，来过来，对，上来，好，这个对我这里吧，好了，好，哎，好，吉祥如意，好，
哎呀，我们是五台山的县长在这儿，五位在这儿。
Hardly ever does one meet a monk who comes forward and asks for alms. It has fulfilled the lifelong wish of an old and faithful disciple. The one who makes proper offering will be rewarded favorably in this life and afterlife in terms of sufficient food, physical health, happy relations, and fulfillment of wishes. Not only the joy of an offering will be obtained, it will also inspire good deeds and plant the seed of achieving the Buddhahood. Dutanga, alms round in sequence.
就是按顺序，一家一家这么吃的起。
那么还有什么规矩吗？
有，就是说不允许挑好挑坏，不管贫贱富贵都是一样。
Each monk is allowed to ask for maximally 3 bowls of food from no more than 7 households. If failing to obtain food from one household, he can go to the next one. If failing then from all 7 households, he can only drink water. These 2 households do not count, since there is no one home. Those with locked door do not count. The same if there is someone home but not aware of. This locked house does not count. One monk can ask for 7 households at most. It counts since the sound of knocking on the door or greeting. Although this is the 4th household, it doesn't count, for no one is home. The 5th household does not count either. If nobody responds or shows up, leave immediately to avoid the mind of seeking affinity. The 6th household doesn't count, since there is no response. When asking for alms in sequence with an empty bowl, both senior bhikkhus having practiced alms rounds for years and sramaneras newly renounced in the household life need to be mindful of their inner changes. An empty bowl of no alms eradicates the afflictions of living beings, which is the will of the Buddha and the wish of the mendicant monks. Equally, asking for alms in sequence may smooth the mind of discrimination.
阿弥陀佛，我们是过路的出家人，路过这儿起点食物。这是素馅儿的吧？
做的香油吧，韭菜吧。
韭菜我们不能用，有韭菜我们出家人不能吃韭菜。
那咋喝哪个老大？
有没有别的看那是？
没喝过的。
这也是带。
这是没馒头。
馒头哈。
没馅。
好。阿弥陀佛，愿一切吉祥。
After 7 households, this one counts as the first one.
我们是出家人，路过这儿，中午坐这儿要点吃的，素食能吃的就可以。
你看这么大的地连嘴也吃不上来。 那我还吃不上来。
好，阿弥陀佛。
有点吃点的。
那里头还有人家吗？
那呀，这去逛逛还。
再往里就没有了，是吗？
以后再没人家了。
好，阿弥陀佛。
This is the 2nd household. Asking for alms in sequence is one category of Dutanga practices. Do not anticipate it would be easy to get alms from the rich or difficult from the poor. Do not feel happy with a tidy house or feel unhappy with a filthy house.
家有人吗？阿弥陀佛，里面有人吗？
Do not crave good food. Treat living beings with proper respect. Do not differentiate between the rich and the poor. Equal distribution of alms to monks in order to cultivate a mind of equality without discrimination. When a donor is attentively offering alms, the leading monk may advise to equally distribute food for the rest of monks. In the process of equally distributing food into the alms bowls, measured vessels of Tathagata, the universal compassion of not discrimination will be promoted.
给你分3块就行，掰成3块，掰3块，完了给我们1人1块，不要紧，你可以掰。
我这是喝的了，你不要，我是
你掰3块，1人有一点。
这。
哎，好了，好，给我，好，好，
这，
给我，对，一半就行，给他俩换1半，1人1半。
对吧？
哎，对，好了，好，祝你吉祥如意啊！
The feeling of offering to one is different from that of offering to 3. Monks provide many opportunities to living beings to cultivate merits.
吃完再每人1根儿，弄得了，拿的了。
给一个。
吃了吧，就是吃了。
不，我们还有很多人回去吃，回去吃。给他一个。
Monks feel in harmony among them after being equally offered.
让我们分一下吧，请你帮我。
再行放上了，各把自己吃吧。
还是你。
再没有放的，再你们糊他，再一
It is not proper to let donor unwillingly divide food if he doesn't want to. Each alms round group normally consists of 2 or 3, maximum 4 monks.
是素馅儿的嘛？这里有没有鸡蛋和肉？那里头
有了鸡蛋。
有肉哦。有没有鸡蛋？
有鸡蛋了。
鸡蛋你拿出去，我鸡蛋我们不能要。这个素馅儿的，这个鸡蛋我们不能要。
In case of any unclean food is accidentally accepted, it can be returned to the donor if monks haven't left. Monks don't ask for alms only for asking for alms, but have obligation to edify living beings. Through inquiring repeatedly, correct views will be established and compassion would be fostered.
你们那有没有鸡蛋呢？
有鸡蛋没有？
鸡蛋。
鸡蛋。
咱喝的鸡蛋没有？喝的就面喝的就好多些鸡蛋。
那不能用。
那不能用。
啊，你们不吃鸡蛋？
哦，对。
啊，都不吃鸡蛋。
不能用。
都不能吃鸡蛋。
对。
水果也可以。
那个你们再去拿回去烧。
Monks edifying living beings to eat vegan meal enable them not only to plant the field of blessing, but also to plant it perfectly. It also protects other beings from being killed and to avoid misunderstanding of Buddhism. It is not proper to go back to return the food if already left, so as to perfect the merit of offering.
哦，不吃再冲的。对。那老炒你苹果吧。
可以。
哈。我这个毛在过啥子的？
可以。
哈，再冲的，你要是。
Thus, the correct view that pungent herbs and meat are unclean food will be firmly established in the mind of living beings.
啊，是素馅儿。
啊，有没有荤油？没有荤油。
没有。
蒜呢？啊，葱蒜有没有？
葱蒜我得回家去，我得。
不是，有没有葱蒜？这里有。
有。好像是有。
好像有哈。
啊，好。那我自个儿家吃。
要俩能够吗？不仨呀。
这是什么馅？
这个糖。
啊，这不是荤的啊。
不，没有荤的。啊？
带不带鸡蛋？
这里什么都没有。
啊，那行。
嗯。
要不要？我们就是这个饭。
是什么馅呀？是素馅吗？
素馅，
没有荤的啊。
没有的话，所以它就不多了，有少是吧？
哦，拿一个分一下。
对。那里有没有葱花？有没有葱？有没有大葱里头？
没有大葱，就是这个萝卜、山鸭蛋、土蛋和萝卜鸭叶、白面。 这个当包啊！
还没让我去。
哎，对，好。
喝点豆浆行吗？
If drink is being offered, all ingredients must be clarified first. It can't be accepted if it contains any alcohol, sex hormones, supplements extracted from living beings, and narcotic substances.
水果，到前里闻一闻，看看。
If mixed with meat, dried small shrimp, pungent herbs, or animal fat, pick them out and wash up the rest of food and bowls until they are clean and void of smell. Pungent herbs such as green onion and garlic have a strong smell. If mixed with the food, they must be discarded completely in a hidden place. Do not throw it away in front of the donor or non-Buddhists. When a bhikkhu wanders alone, he can reserve his own portion and leave the rest for living beings if he got extra food. All food collected from Alms round should be mixed together and equally distributed. Even there are also some food delivered by lay people. The food collected from Alms round must be eaten first, regardless how they are. Bhikkhu can donate his food to the living beings that are hungry or sick. The donation of wealth and dharma are of no difference. Generally, after meal, it is proper to leave a little bit of food for other living beings to avoid displeasure and slander from donors. However, if some living beings come initially, they should be offered. Quick response can be given during the alms round. Do not distribute Buddhism books during alms round and dining, avoiding the thought of exchanging books with food, and lose the benefits of offering. A lecture of Dharma may be given after meal, not someone at random but a senior monk. If a senior is not available to preach, then a suitable monk may take over. Living beings are like the roots of the Bodhi tree, and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are the flowers and fruits. Benefiting and nourishing living beings with the water of great compassion will thus mature the blossoming and fruitful wisdom of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Therefore, Bodhi belongs to all living beings. Without living beings, all Bodhisattvas would not attain the supreme enlightenment.